everyone, welcome back to FPM Maine Outdoor Journal. I'm out here on a little solo trip today. I'm gonna do a little scouting for big bucks for this fall. Maybe see if we can find some moose sign. I'm gonna check a couple chips of the cameras we put out. I think I got one out almost a month now. Another one out for a couple weeks. I didn't want to check the chip on the second one, but at the time when I put it out, I only had a set of used batteries, so I didn't really know how much life was left on it. So I want to check those out. So I'm gonna get a spot I want to go in. Looking at the Onyx, looks like about a 4 or 5 mile loop I want to make today. So got a couple new cameras with us. We're gonna see what we can find for sign. We're in this new boggy area. And, I'm gonna bring you along and see what we can find. See how we make out. This is where I'm going to stop today. There's a big bog and a stream here that I paddled up. Then there's quite a big, I don't know, it's probably a 6 mile by 6 mile block of woods before it goes to another bog and another stream. So I'm just going to go out in there and make a big huge loop and look at a couple points of interest I had on the Onyx. And I got 2 cameras with me. So we're just going to ease along. Supposed to be sunshine, rain, maybe a few thunder showers. So got wore my slicker pants here just so I get walking through all this grass. The person gets soaked quick, so I'm going to wear these. I'm going to ease around, peek and look, see what we can find, and learn some new areas. So here we go. got a little poop in it. It's just looking right. It doesn't look like an annual to me, but I'm going to mark it on my onyx. Moving up on this beautiful, well, right here it's kind of mixed, but there's nice hemlock knolls roll up through here. Beautiful little spot, you can see pretty good. I've seen more moose sign than deer sign so far, but I think that'll change as we keep going on. So I'm gonna mark this on my onyx, keep moving, see if we can put a pattern together. Alright, I'm on this whole winter road here that I wanted to hit. This is gonna go right across all the way over to that other huge bog there I was talking about. But in the middle it kind of goes across the skinny pinch point that's only like maybe 100 yards wide, 200 yards wide, in between two big huge peaches of bog. So I at least want to get down this as far as that to see if the deer were using that to get out over onto the other piece of good ground on the other side, the dry stuff. So far I haven't seen hardly any deer sign on this trail. It's kind of grown in with alders, got some age to it. So some moose sign, but not much deer sign yet. So once we hit that, we're going to make a big loop back around through the woods down there. We'll probably go down half a mile or so, come back across, see if we hit any trails or sign that way. So I want to go down and check out this pinch point first, and we'll go from there. Alright, I just came into a little bit of mud. It's been so dry, there's not much mud, but right there. Not down here. It's a good size one. Pretty fresh. Pretty fresh as dry as it's been. See if we can pick up some more sign down in here. That's encouraging though. That's encouraging noise. See if he's thrown anywhere else. Some moose there. There's some deer track. It's pretty good. Nice. Something down in here anyways besides moose. Pretty spot here. Not much deer sign in it, but it's pretty. Something bit the dust down in here. Don't see much else around. Some old cans in here from the logging days. Old Quaker State motor oil. Old can of Pepsi. Pull tab. Some of these ones here. John Deere hydraulic oil. In the old days. Looks like somebody was having a little Canadian whiskey in here back in some time or other. It's been a while. It's been a while. Somebody drank a fifth while they was out on either working or hunting any years ago. Well, this pinch point down here isn't what I was hoping for. Right here we're in that skinny spot between the two big bogs. It's just a big wet hole. A little moose trail going across it, but not much deer sign that I saw anywhere leading up to it. So deer are scooting back and forth. They're not doing it very often, and they're not doing it here to get between the highland over there and the highland over here. So Either they're not moving back and forth that much, or they got another way of doing it. So now we're gonna make our loop back. Probably go in 1/2, 3/4 of a mile, then hit back to the kayak. So let's see what we can find over there. Well, just as I was turning around to go back, I caught a little trail out of my corner of my eye and snuck down and went around that water hole. I see why the water in that hole. Mr. Beebe's been in here and plugged up this little trickle here. That trickle runs from the bog that's over there down to the bog that's over here. That's why there was a big wet hole there. So I'm gonna press on a little further and see what's going on here. Didn't see much on the other side of that, so I'm gonna walk down this dry creek bed, see if I can find a place where something's been crossing back and forth before I loop back around. Some little fish way up in here. I don't see them right now. I'm trying to see if they were little tiny trout, probably chub. Saw some down here in this creek. Hard to see them now. All right, let's see what we can find. I made that big loop up in that other spot. Nothing excited me there at all. Up in that loop, up on the other side of it, where I looked the other day, that looked pretty good. So I checked out this other spot on the way back out. I was just thinking about trying to find a spot to set up a mock scrape here, because there's a nice little trail going up. There's a big bunch of oaks all the way up through there. And I said that'd be a good chance. But I was just getting ready to put a mock scrape out. Right down there, as you can see, 3 just blew and went, at least 3. Probably does and lambs, but there's definitely some deer coming up through here, so we'll get that old mock scrape set up here. Let us soak for a while, see what we can get. There's kind of a bog on this side, wet on this side, so another one of those kind of pinch point saddles. So see what we can get on camera. Alright, there's not a lot of good branches at the right height here, so I got this small one that's going out over this trail right here. There's a trail right up through here. Sometimes it's hard to see on the camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find make me a licking stick to put up here. I'm going to go find a piece and I'll show you how I do that. Alright, we're all set up here. See, we had this overhanging. What I did is I didn't have any. Found this stick here, that's about, I don't know, 4.5, 5 feet long. What you want? Tie that up over your mock scrape. You want the bottom of that just about belt high. And the deer will just love that when they come up and start using this. They'll rub their head and face all over that, setting it up good. I just urinated in that. Urine for these mock scrapes. Doesn't make any difference. I got some pictures on. I just took of the chip of the other mock scrape I made the other day, and deer are still sneaking up on me here. I'm getting invaded here. I haven't even got my mock scrape set up and they're coming in from all angles. Anyway, so where was I? I hung this licking stick, I call it. That's what a lot of people call it. I didn't make that up. Cut a piece off my strap for my camera that I set up over there. It's recording me right now. So set that bait about belt high over your mock scrape. You can buy urine, a scrape scent if you want to. I've been using my own urine for a few years now and it works just fine. And what I was saying was, I just pulled the chip on that last camera and I was able to bring it up on my phone, and we had quite a few does and lambs that came through so far, so that's a good sign. They were sitting there, they were marking that scrape rubbing their face up in the bush there, so it was working fine and dandy. Urine's urine when it comes to these mock scrapes, as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of people might tell you different. You can still hear them deer over there. It must be in their way of getting out to these acorns, but they'll be glad when I get out of here and things get calmed down. I'm sure we'll get quite a few pictures here, so should be interesting. Where there's does, there will be bucks. So I'll sneak on out of here. We've got them pretty riled up here now, but it's only, this is 30th of August, so we got plenty of time for them to calm down and see what's taking place in here. So, all right, let's sneak back out the boat. All right, one of the things I was going to do for the landowner that let us use this lot where my bus is he wanted to clear this island out here of all this wood, so I'm going to cut a bunch down here and saw it up firewood length and see if we can make a little headway. See how we make out. There we go. Well, a lot of practice, I guess. Pile here, maple and birch. Some of the top stuff over there. These birches here, I run out of gas, but I'm gonna limb them out a little further and get a little more wood out of those. And, either pile these up or I'll bring a chipper in, one of the two, to get rid of all these limbs. I hate to drag them all down to that pit there where I've been putting the other brush, but we could do that. But I think we can get a chipper in here for a day once we get all done. Make pretty quick work of all this top. So, all right, I think that's it for this weekend. We scouted for some bucks, got a little wood, and oh, I told you in the last video we was going out on that bear hunt. I went on that. I'm not hunting, I was just riding along with a guide. We went on that last Monday, got a bunch of good footage, but we wanted to get another day to get some more good footage to make it all one nice film. So I'm going back out tomorrow with the guide with a new set of sports, and we're going to get some more footage. So look for that video coming out soon here in the next couple weeks. So till next time, have fun out there.